Right.
I detect a vector trap. It appears there is a hidden object in this area.
Vector trap?
It is one of the Metatron-related technologies. Jehuti's weapon storage system and the Urinvec catapult are some of its applications. When you apply high energy and high-speed rotation to Metatron, you can observe an effect where false space is pulled into the direction of its axis. By simultaneously putting an object at the equilibrium point of compression and expansion, space will recover to its normal condition.
That's enough. I can't understand you. Say it more simply.
Destroy the objects called Porter in this area, and then something will happen.
That's all I wanted to know.
There are several Porters. They are small, and besides, you cannot lock onto them, so be careful when you search for them.
Cool. Right, so we have to destroy these vector traps. It might be worth kind of clearing a few of these enemies first.
Battle position. Enemy backup forces are in battle position. We are surrounded by enemies. We have shot down the enemy. We have shot down the enemy. Enemy backup force is approaching our location. We have shot down the enemy. We have obtained the Metatron ore. Enemy backup force is approaching our location. Colony damage increases
Poor.
to battle.
This guy is taking forever to kill.
We have shot down the enemy. We have shot down the enemy. Enemy backup force is approaching our location. We have shot down the enemy. We will cease battle position. We will hold battle position. Enemy backup force is approaching our location.
Yeah, I mean, one of the most frustrating things about the first game is that you have to basically... Your attention is constantly being... As you can see, the laser attack is really damaging, but yeah, your attention is constantly being split between minding your surroundings and also dispatching the enemy. So like it's kind of... It is kind of a bit frustrating in that sense. Generally speaking, the first game isn't as well liked as the second game. For obvious reasons, I guess. You know, it's... As you can tell from the... Well, from... yeah, just the like... Once you see the second game, you know, you'll see why. You'll see why people prefer the second game. It's quite a bit more polished than the first game. But the first game does have its saving graces. It's I think out of the two games, it has the most consistent atmosphere. Even though the second game, like it has, you know, it's kind of designed the way that it is, and it does work well. But I do like the atmosphere from the first game. God.
We have destroyed a porter.
Okay. The thing is, you also can't use close attacks on these fuckers because you don't have lock on.
The trap has been released. We have obtained the item.
This is what we'll use.
A primitive weapon from Earth. It should work.
Alrighty then.
Let's head for the shaft.
Let us head for the shaft. The shaft of destiny. City 1. So we now have the sniper, which should allow us to take pot shots at this thing. If you use the right stick to
We will hold battle
God,
position.
just as I was doing that.
Enemy backup force is approaching our location. We have shot down the enemy. Enemy backup forces
come
are
on.
in battle position. We have shot down the enemy. Enemy backup force is approaching our location. Enemy backup forces are in battle position. We have shot down the enemy. We have shot down the enemy.
Yes.
We are heading for the outer area of the battle zone. We have shot down the enemy.
Cool.
We have obtained the Metatron ore.
Let's go here so that we're not disturbed. And get rid of these things. Missed one.
We will hold battle position.
Okay. Eat javelin!
We have shot down the enemy. We have obtained the Metatron ore. We will cease battle position.
And then I think I might have missed one. Let me see. As it turns back around. There we go. Cool.
Destruction of the target is confirmed.
I did it!
EPS
I
has
did
switched
it!
its power supply to an
I did
emergency
it!
generator. Power is still being supplied to the EPS by an emergency generator we were unable to destroy. But since the field has shrunk, we can now approach the EPS antennas on top of the mountains.
Next target is a couple of antennas.
Cool. Well, let us go ahead and do that.
You can see 2 EPS antennas on the mountains ahead of us. We can now approach them and destroy them.
Cool, let's do just that then. Let us make progress. Yeah, I'm kind of focusing on going quickly in my playthrough. It's because I don't really want to waste
The
time
objects
just
on the summits
moving
are
around
EPS
and
antennas.
whatnot.
I detect enemy activity. Watch for them on the approach.
Cool. We'll take them out as they come. It's not a big deal. And I was just noticing before
We will hold battle
that,
position.
you know, it's up to you. You can use the sub-weapons. If anything, like, if you don't use them, they go to waste anyway.
We have shot
And it just
down
gives you another approach option, so it's not too bad. Die. Oops, that didn't hit for some reason.
Is approaching our location. We have shot down the enemy.
No.
We will cease battle position.
Yeah, in general, that this game, compared to the second game, is
We have destroyed a porter.
a lot more. It's a lot darker, both in terms of aesthetics and also the kind of atmosphere and also the atmosphere. It's kind of darker. The music's creepier.
We have destroyed a porter.
And that's something that I really liked. Actually, that's probably the distinguishing. Can't speak today. The distinguishing thing that, well, pretty much like one of the things that I missed going into the second game was
We have destroyed a porter.
the kind of dark brooding atmosphere that exists in the first game. The second game is rather more kind of like blockbustery, I guess you could say. it has less of like an atmosphere than the first game, in my opinion.
We have destroyed a porter. We have destroyed
This
a
is
porter.
annoying. Honestly, I don't know why they decided to make it so that you couldn't lock onto those
Battle
things.
position.
Because like it serves no purpose. Like you could just lock onto them and it wouldn't detract from gameplay.
We have shot down.
All you would need to do would be to like switch targets, which is just simple, you know? You just press the L2 button.
We will cease battle.
If anything, it just frustrates you because you have to like manually aim at them, and it's like it's unintuitive and bad.
We will hold battle position. Enemy backup forces are in battle position. I recommend you initiate a one-on-one battle in distant condition. We have
Yeah,
shot
the
down
thing about burst attacks though, as you can see, is that there is a bit of a recovery at the end of it, so you do leave yourself vulnerable. So it's not the best thing to do to use them, as I've been using them like kind of when you're surrounded by enemies. It's better when they're all in front of you.
the enemy. We have shot down the enemy. We have obtained the Metatron ore.
Okay, there's one over there.
We have destroyed a portal.
And there's also one over there. I might as well just kill the enemies as well. When you have fun with the combat, it's one of those games where you have to kind of you have to make your own fun in terms of the combat. So in that sense, it's similar to games like Devil May Cry, because like you can either see the combat as frustrating or you can see it as fun, and that depends on how fun you make the combat for yourself. So the more stylish you can make the combat, like the kind of more satisfaction you get from it. So you really have to kind of approach it with the kind of mentality that, you know, you're supposed to have fun with the combat.
We have shot down the enemy. We will cease battle position.
Porters, where are you?
We have obtained the item.
Okay, let's see. Any we've missed back here?
We are heading for the outer area of the battle zone.
Here's not. One over there. There's one down here, look. That might be the last one. Just might get a dash on it. Come on, game. Don't piss me off.
Vector trap has been released.
This might be a different
We
one.
need the
Yeah.
passcode.
This is red, which indicates obviously that it's locked. Got more stuff here. Item box.
We have obtained the passcode.
Oh, okay. Simple enough.
We have obtained the program.
And this, oh, we do have some. Okay, so halberds are laser. That the mummy heads we're using. Yeah, it's over there. Right underneath this patrol squad that's right underneath it.
We will hold battle position. We have shot down the enemy. We have obtained the Metatron ore. We will cease battle position.
Where did I see them? Oh no, I need the passcode for the thing, don't I? Sorry. Forgot, completely forgot. Let's head to EPS 2 first, see what's there.
The objects on the summits are EPS antennas. I detect enemy activity. Watch for them on the approach.
Alrighty. Right, so is there anything here? There's something there, there's a passcode. Get some halberd from these guys.
We will hold battle position.
Grab. Where's your friend?
Enemy backup force is approaching our location. We have shot down the enemy. We will cease battle position.
It might be worth grabbing some Metatron as well. There is a new Metatron here though.
We will hold battle position.
These guys are called Cyclopses. They are close range enemies.
We have shot down the
So
enemy.
like they just kind of durily like get close to you whilst they eat your energy shot.
Battle position. We will hold battle position.
The Raptors are kind of more of a
We
mid-range.
have shot down the enemy.
So basically, yeah, that's your squads essentially consist of
Damage index exceeding 50%. Enemy backup force is approaching our location.
essentially consist of your close range fighters, your Cyclopses, and then your kind of mid-range Raptors. And also, what have
I recommend you escape from this battle.
we got? No, we don't do that.
We have shot down the enemy. We have shot down.
Okay, well we're heavily damaged. Let's check what this thing is first.
We need
Gauntlet.
the passcode.
Shit. Almost did that by mistake. Before anything else, let's save it. Cool. I guess I should also kind of give a bit of background on myself. This isn't actually the first game that I'm streaming ever. I am new to streaming games, but was it Factory 1? Was it? I think it was Factory 1. I've actually been streaming Parasite Eve 2, which is another game that I like. My kind of general philosophy on streaming games is I'm just going to pick games that I really like and just stream those basically. You know, also, there's Metatron there. Okay. I'm not sure if there's anything that I need from him, honestly. That didn't work.
We will hold battle position. Damage to the surroundings increasing due to battle. Enemy backup force is approaching our location.
Die.
We have shot down the enemy.
The laser. The laser. Oh shit. There we have our first death.
We will hold battle position. Enemy
See
backup
if we can
force is
escape
approaching
here.
our location. We will cease battle position.
Just grab the Metatron
Colony down.
and then get the
We
hell out
have
of here.
obtained the Metatron.
It might be City 1 that we need to go to. Or rather, actually, let me check. I'll check City 1 and I'll check the other EPSs again, just to be certain. Love this track. Yeah, so my kind of general philosophy is like to stream games that I like.
We will hold battle position. Enemy backup force is approaching our location. Enemy backup forces are in battle position. We are heading for the outer area of the battle zone.
You ain't the only one on the lady, bitch.
We have shot down the enemy.
Oh shit, got me on the side.
Damage index exceeding 50%. We have shot down the enemy.
That fucking mummy head. It's like on my case.
We have shot down the enemy. We are heading for the outer area
Short
of the
work.
battle zone.
Short work.
We have obtained the Metatron ore.
As I recall, there was something here. It's got a passcode, but and I'll show you also how
We will hold
Z.O.E
battle position.
like
Enemy
makes his mark
backup
on the
force
floor.
is approaching our location. Enemy backup forces are in battle position. We are surrounded by enemies. We have shot down the enemy. We have shot down the enemy. Enemy backup force is approaching our location. We have shot down the enemy. We have shot down the enemy. We have obtained
Sorry,
the Metatron
this game
ore.
kind of takes a bit of concentration. And also, yeah, it's kind of, I'm not in the most talkative of states right now. Yeah, I just happen to be tired. I woke up especially early to do this stream. Or this Let's Play
We
rather.
need the passcode.
So yeah, I haven't eaten yet, which might contribute to the fact like that I'm not actually providing much commentary or anything like that. Usually I kind of talk a lot more, but anyway, yeah, I'm still kind of new to the streaming thing, so I'm feeling it out, really. Like, I am a gamer, obviously, but like, for the longest time, as I was explaining on my Parasite Eve playthrough, yeah, I gotcha. It's kind of a thing that I've always done in private, and I just had an idea that, you know, why not kind of start to broadcast that into the world, you know, because, and also, you know, a lot of the games that I enjoy, a lot of them are being played by people, but like games like this, which are a bit more underground,
The emergency EPS generator is ahead of this maintenance passage.
don't really have the
It
kind
is
of coverage
wiser
that they
to attack
deserve,
it
so, you
rather
know,
than
why
the
not,
EPS antennas.
instead of waiting for
I will
people to
change
play them, why not
the
play them
mission
myself
plan.
and broadcast it to the
Destroy
world?
the underground emergency EPS generator.
Cool. So tucked away in this little kind of entryway, we to get to the generator, which is beneath the antenna. And a surprise encounters here.
We have shot down the enemy. We have obtained the Metatron ore.
Whoa. Now, these guys don't let you grab them unless they leave themselves open to you,
We will cease battle
which
position.
is more or less random. Although I guess you can force the behavior out of them if you know what you're doing.
Is that the same energy field as the one above?
That is correct.
Then we can't go any further.
Also correct. Let me find another way.
Can't go that away. We gotta go this away.
Damage index exceeding 50%.
Right. Hard mode. Hard mode. Oh shit.
Index exceeding
This isn't good.
75%, indicating major damage. We will cease battle position.
Dead again. I guess I kind of underestimated hard mode. But still, it's a bit of a challenge, so it's not too bad. Hopefully this doesn't send me back to where I was starting.
The objects.
It kind of did, but...
The emergent.
Hey. Let's go slowly and let's make some trails. I love doing this as a kid.
We have shot down the enemy.
So there's another
We
guy
have
there.
obtained the Metatron ore. We have shot down the enemy. We will cease battle position.
So we can't go through there because of the EPS field. So we need to go this way. Okay, it's a burst attack so it can break through my shield.
We have shot down the enemy. We will cease battle
Yeah, that
position.
damage does mad damage though.
We have shot down the enemy.
Is that all when he
We
was
have
off screen?
obtained the Metatron ore.
Okay, so we have our generator here. And let's go ahead and blow the shell.
The emergency EPS generator has been destroyed. The EPS has ceased functioning.
So is the game in terms of frame rate. Okay. Yeah, in terms as far as ports go, this is pretty bad port. It's not terrible, honestly. It's not terrible. It's pretty bad though. I think what makes it worse is what I mentioned before, that this game is a game that basically runs on the feel and the atmosphere of it. It's meant to be fast-paced, you know. It's in the name. Fast-paced robot action, or whatever it is. But and so for a port to kind of to under-deliver in terms of, like, you know, the frame rate is terrible. Yeah, so we can move to the other one now. I don't need to go there anymore. As far as I know. We don't have any other SOSs, do we not?
The objects on the summits
Yep, I gotcha. I gotcha, no need to explain it multiple times. So we need to go there. Could avoid battle, but honestly I don't really care.
We will hold battle position.
Let's do our own halberd of our own. Maybe a bit closer.
Enemy backup force is approaching our location. Enemy backup forces are in battle position. We are surrounded by enemies. We have shot down the enemy.
Yeah, I guess the whole point of this game is the combat, so you must do more of it, you know? It's not fun. It's just not as good as the second games. You know, the second game's combat is really polished. And it's not hampered by, obviously, poor frame rate issues.
We will cease battle position.
Okay. So I believe it was this way, yeah?
We will hold battle position.
You just use this weapon real quick.
We have shot down the enemy.
Try to throw me, bitch.
We have shot down the enemy. We will cease battle position.
Is that the same energy field as the one above?
Oh, you
That is
betcha.
correct.
Then we can't go any further.
That is correct. Let us depart this facility for now.
Let us
We should try to
depart.
find another way.
Cool.
I detect an enemy with a reinforced program. Be careful.
Alright. More bitches for me to kill. There's these guys. So you might have noticed that sometimes there's a star or an S next to the names of the enemies.
We will hold battle position.
The S indicates an enemy that's stronger than usual.
We have shot down the enemy.
And I believe the star is, I forget what the star means actually.
We have shot down the enemy.
It could be the same thing, I could be mixing them up actually, but
We have shot down the enemy. We have obtained the passcode.
okay, let's get out of here. Let us head somewhere else where there is, so as you can see we have, these are all our device drivers for our sub-weapons, and also we have this, we have the pass control, part 1, so we need a part 2. So let us go around from place to place finding this. Start with City 1. I'm getting rather hungry actually. Stomach's starting to hurt a bit. It's not here. Ada should say that there is another enemy with a reinforced program somewhere else, so let's try Town 2. I'm just gonna skip these cutscenes because it's the same thing over and over again, really. Nope. Town 1. If not, I might have to go back to and comb them again. I'll probably just miss them. But let's see.
There is an
Yep,
enemy with a
see it.
reinforced program in the...
Cool. Alright.